What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Friday, September 19th, 2025. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very special guest that's coming on with me today. She is a multimedia journalist and producer. She has affiliates with Latinas, CUNY TV, Book It TV, and also Urban U TV. She is a Hunter College alum, but she's also went to SUNY New Platts as well, which we will talk about. Her name is Isabel June Ortiz, and we're going to talk to her about her why of getting into journalism and ask her some get to know you questions. So without any further ado, Isabel, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate it, Isabel. And my first question to you is the same question as it always is with everybody that hops on here. And that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models, any inspirations maybe growing up? But ultimately, what is your why for getting into the journalism industry?
Yeah, I guess I would say my why, or the reason why I am so interested in journalism and the reason why I got into the field, I think is I've always been somebody that's very interested in storytelling. So growing up, I think watching the news, I was a big movie and TV kid. I knew from I was younger that I always wanted to work in TV in some capacity.
Right.
So I think seeing community stories is sorry is so valuable. Me myself being Latina, I didn't get to see stories or people that looked like me very often growing up on TV and the
Right.
news. So I'm glad that's changing. So I think that's my why for doing what I do.
Absolutely. How special is it to be, obviously Latina, but also be a face on TV, working in journalism. Because you're right, growing up, you don't see a lot of minorities, especially Latino women and men. And I'm black, obviously, being a minority myself. You didn't see a lot of that in our journalism field. How special is it to be in the media field now doing that and being a representation like little girls come up to you, see you on TV or see you producing and talking to you?
Yeah, I think it's extremely special to have people because I know I'll have people that are going to Hunter College now that will like reach out to me and have questions about what I'm doing. I know a couple months ago I had the opportunity to go back to one of my old journalism classes with one of my old professors and like sit down and talk about what I do. So that's that's really special. But I think too, like with the work that I do with Latinas, like I get to highlight stories from like anywhere from Latinas that are in New York or really as far as an Uber will get me, and highlight their stories. And I've gotten to like sit down with so many like trailblazing Latinas that aren't in the history books or that nobody that they fly under the radar. So that's been really special to get to highlight those stories.
I love that. I love that, Isabel. And I hope you continue to do that because that sounds amazing what you're doing. Let's talk about it. You went to Hunter College, but you also started off at SUNY New Platts. Let me know, were there any other schools that you was considering before going to those two, or were you dead set on that school and the other school?
Yeah, so I went. So my college story is a little complicated. So I
Okay.
graduated from high school in 2020, so the height of COVID,
Yep.
and I always knew, like I said, I wanted to work in TV. So when I was applying to schools, that's what I was applying under. So I applied for SUNY New Paltz because everybody I knew was going away to school, and I thought that was something that I had to do. Or if I feel like there was this idea that if you stayed home, it was kind of like a letdown, and turns out that wasn't the case. So I actually did a full year of school online, asynchronous. So that's like when you don't have any, you have a professor, but you're not meeting. So that
Right.
was my whole first year of school.
Hmm.
And then during the second year, so going into my sophomore year, I actually had gone upstate and I dormed, and it wasn't the experience for me. Um, it just wasn't something that I was interested in. I was always somebody that liked to work, and being upstate, it was hard for me to find a job.
Right.
And it's weird, like when you want to work in TV, but you're up in the trees and there's really nothing to cover and there's not any like hands-on stuff you can get into.
Right.
So I had a conversation with a professor because I guess he had seen me a little downtrodden, and he was like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to work in TV." At that time, it wasn't journalism, but I was like, "I want to work in TV." He's like, "Well, where are you from?" And I was like, "Brooklyn." So he was like, "What are you doing here? Go back home." He was like, "There's a million other experiences you can be having." And so that's how I ended up at Hunter. I had known a lot of people that went to Hunter. It's under the CUNY system. And from there, that's where my journalism experience kind of started. I ended up minoring in journalism at
Mm,
Hunter, and that's how
okay.
I got introduced to CUNY TV because I was an intern. I was an intern in my junior year at
Mm.
Hunter.
Okay, I love that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That is. I love the transparency. I appreciate you breaking that down. Like I said, everybody's journey is different, right? And you graduated
Hmm.
2020 when COVID hit that March, right? That March of 2020 when
Yeah.
things started to shut down, and you know, you said you're going about asynchronous. I graduated college in 2021, so I totally understand what you're talking about. Going back into the schools, wearing a mask, 5 people in a classroom, we're all spread out. It was crazy,
Yeah.
like no question, and a lot of asynchronous classes for me too. You know, like people, if people don't know again what that is that you're meeting online at a particular time, but you're not coming face to face. You're just meeting online at that time. So that's what that
Hmm.
means. So yeah, I totally understand that. I want to ask you some favorite questions, Isabel, and you give
Okay.
me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
Favorite meal you like to cook?
Favorite meal I like to cook. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a big cook. I'm not a big chef. I burn a lot of things. Um, but I guess like my go-to that I for a meal that I make myself is like avocado toast. I don't know if you would consider that a meal, but it's fast and it's easy. So yeah, I guess I would say avocado toast because I would
Um,
burn anything else.
well, listen, it's very hard to not know how to fix toast. I would be honest with you. So, you know, if that is what you fixed, girl, sing it with pride. I don't mind that. I'm a huge taco person. I love tacos. I'm not the biggest cook
Okay,
either.
so do I.
Nope. No, not. I'm not the biggest cook either. But chicken, taco, spaghetti, things that's very simple. I can definitely do that. I can whip that up. So okay, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
Favorite concert?
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Favorite concerts. Okay, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, favorite concert
So
you ever
I just
attended?
recently, yeah, just recently I went to a Jessie Reyez concert. I don't
Oh.
know if you're familiar with her music,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it was really fun. It was in a theater in Brooklyn that they had just reopened, Brooklyn Paramount, and it's beautiful that theater. So, and I love her music. I've loved her music since high school, so it was cool to see her in person.
Okay, I'm a huge Weekend person, so that would probably be my favorite concert. Love the Weekend, love R&B music. I like Jessie Reyez too.
Hmm.
Jessie Reyez is pretty good. She's pretty good. So I want to ask you, being from New
Yeah.
York though, this bonus question: do you like street meat?
Mhm. Do I like street meat, like the halal carts? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Um, it's not my go-to. I think it depends on which cart you're going to and what area of New York you're in.
Mm.
But I had? Yes. It's not my go-to though.
Okay, got you. I asked everybody from New York if they've had it before, because you know I love to listen to authentic New Yorkers talk about street meat. Because my first experience when I did come down there was not a good experience of street meat.
No, okay.
Yeah, yeah. But let me give it a little bit of context. I was there on a megabus. Got there on a megabus, and it was 2 in the morning,
Okay.
and I was at 34th and 11th and 12th.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
right. So I'm walking with my bag. and I walk by and I look, and the McDonald's around that area was closed. I'm super hungry. I look over to my man, and there's a cart, and he says, "Hey, yo, do you want some of my street meat?" And I was like, "Bruh, I don't want anything street or meat that you got going on," because I didn't know what he was talking about at that time.
Yeah.
It's 2 something in the morning. Like, what you talking
Yeah.
about? So uh,
Yeah.
he's like, "No, no, no. I got some real good food over here. I can put the white sauce on it for you." I'm like, "My man,
Uh-huh.
I don't see no pans. I don't see no pots. How are you cooking this? Like, what is going on? You just got a cart." And he
Yeah.
was like, "Nah, it's really good. It's really good." I said, "Nah, I'm good. Just give me a Sprite. If you got like a Sprite or something, I'll take something to drink." Now, the second time, Isabel, I went up there,
Uh,
I went with my boy Titus, who lives in
okay.
Jamaica. I think it's Jamaica Queens. It's Southside Jamaica over there. Yeah. So he took me to
Okay.
another
Yeah.
cart, and he said, "Hey man, you gotta try the street meat. You gotta try the meat with the white sauce on it. It's good, bro." When I tried it, I was like, "Okay, this all right. It's not a go-to, but it's not bad."
Yeah. It's not bad. It's good if you're in a pinch. I don't know if I would have like your first time. I don't know if I would have taken it if somebody was like, "Do you want to try this?" and it's 2 a.m. and you've never
Mm.
experienced stuff. I think anybody offering you anything at 2 a.m., especially food, I probably wouldn't have taken it
Hello,
either.
that's
But yeah,
I'm
like
no,
you said,
yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
you said, not my go-to. But have I had it?
Okay,
Yes.
okay, I'm with you on that. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Favorite place? I think it's a place that I've been to now. I don't too many times to count. Puerto Rico.
Mm,
I'm Puerto Rican, so it kind of feels like going home in a sense.
yeah.
But yeah, I love the culture. I love the people, the food. You can get really good Puerto Rican food in New York, of course, but it's just something. It's a little different when you're actually on the island. So that's my favorite place to that I've ever been.
Yes, I'll definitely have to hit you up, give you a call, get some recs from you because I plan on going to Puerto Rico next year for the first time, but I'm actually going on a cruise. So I'm going on a cruise to Puerto Rico.
Okay,
So
nice.
I'll definitely have to get some recs from you from what places I should go and try and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah, and it's funny because you wouldn't think, but you really do have to try the Chinese food in Puerto Rico.
Hmm.
It's fantastic.
Okay,
Hmm.
say less. I'm with you on that. I'm a sports person, so I'm going to ask you a two-part sports question. Favorite sport you like to
Okay.
watch on TV? Favorite sport you like to attend in person? They could be the same sport.
Okay. So, my favorite sport that I like to watch on TV, I'm a big Yankees fan. Just I
Mm,
grew up that way. So I think baseball is my favorite thing to watch on TV
okay.
just because it was in the house. My mom's father was a Yankees fan, so it just got brought down. Favorite sport to watch on TV? Oh, well, in the past like 2 years, I got really interested in the WNBA. And
Okay.
I'm not like a big basketball person, but I've become a fan, especially of the New York Liberty. And I actually went to one of their games against the Golden State Valkyries. It was like their first game against the Valkyries, and that was really fun. And it's more intense when you see it, like when you're actually in the place.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a huge basketball lover. That is definitely my number one sport, whether it's men's, women's, professional, or college. Obviously, um, one of my favorite places to go to was the Barclays Center. I got a chance to go there earlier this year when I was there for a conference. I saw a Brooklyn Nets game. I have yet to see a WNBA game, but I know that's where the Liberty plays. Will you be watching the Liberty tonight? They're in a do or die game 3 against the Phoenix Mercury tonight.
Yes, I will. I have plans to go get a snack to watch the game later.
Mm.
I'm so excited to watch that. That's like the highlight of my day. I mean, other than this, but that is like the highlight of my day today.
Why, thank you, Isabel. I appreciate that. And I'm a huge baseball person as well. I'm a Padres fan. I grew up in San Diego, California, so that's why I'm a Padres fan. Obviously, you're there from New York, so Yankees. Do you root for the Mets at all?
It's tricky. I root for the Mets if there's no other New York team. Like if the Yankees are out, then I will root for the Mets. But if it's the Yankees against the Mets, I'm Yankees all day.
Okay, they had a pretty good game last night. They beat up on Baltimore pretty good last night, and they won the game. I'm thinking they're going to do the same tonight against the Baltimore Orioles as well. So yes, absolutely, no doubt about it. Last of the favorites. Favorite place that you like to
Okay.
eat out at in New York, and there is quite a few places that I like in New York City. I definitely like the mom and pop shops, for sure. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
the corner store shops, get a Brooklyn style pizza, some Chinese food, some soul food. There's some good places. But what are some favorite places of yours?
Okay, I'm gonna give you two.
Okay.
So, my favorite place for I don't want to say for Italian because there's like probably tons of better Italian places, but a place that got pretty popular on TikTok was Arthur and Sons. It's an Italian place. They have a couple locations. They have like a crazy Caesar salad. It's so good.
Wow.
But they also have a good chicken chicken parmesan and a good penne alla vodka. It's rigatoni alla vodka actually. So that's really good. I've gone there now for a couple birthdays, and then their drinks are fantastic. If we're going more mom and pop, from where I'm at in Brooklyn, Tacos El Bronco.
Okay.
They have a truck and they also have a restaurant. When I tell you these are the best tacos that you will ever have in New York, I would say, and that's a big stretch, but
Wow.
they're fantastic. Yeah, they're really good. They also got popular on TikTok um, recently, as a lot of things do, but really good.
Okay. So obviously the next time that I'm in New York City, I typically try to come there at least 3, 4 times. I do have family in Brooklyn. I at least try to
Nice.
come there at least 3 or 4 times a year, but definitely three, because there's just a lot of sporting events that goes on there. There's conferences that consistently go on in the city of New York. For sure, I'll have to say hello to you and try some of these spots for sure.
Yes, yes. I will send you a list and we will go get a taco.
I love that. I love that. I want to ask you about your day to day. As you know, being in the media industry, no 2 days are ever the same. Every day is different. You're doing something different. There's different stories, different people to talk to, all different kinds of sorts. I'm in sports, so results are different. There's never the same result all the time, or never the same game being played every single time. There's different stuff that goes on. As a producer,
Mm-hmm.
tell me about what shows are you producing? What time frame do you normally work as? Because in media, you can work all different kinds of times. And then also just
Yeah.
tell me your day-to-day process of how you get yourself prepared and being ready to be a producer and a journalist.
Yeah, I think like you said, no day is ever the same. I do work on three shows, so my focus tends to shift day to day.
Yep.
If I have a deadline approaching, um, since I am a producer and I'm also on camera a lot of the time, probably start my day by getting ready if I do have a shoot that day. Um, a lot of my days, it's odd. I was telling somebody this the other day. I feel like I spend like a good 2 hours, probably a little bit more, sending emails all day. Just reaching out to potential guests, trying to lock
Mm,
down locations,
right.
talking with my other team members because we're kind of all spread out. Some of us are remote, some of us are in the office. But yeah, I for the days that I do have interviews, I try to be as prepared as possible. A lot of the times you're talking to people who have either never been interviewed before, so they're nervous. So
Right.
you have to come in there with confidence, and I try to do that as best as I can. And then you're also talking to people that been interviewed many times before, and they are tired of getting asked the same question.
Yep.
So I like to come in there with fun questions, things that you may have not been asked before. And I
Hmm.
think that takes a lot of prep and doing your homework. And yeah, I just think it's like prepping all day. You have to, when you're working in media, you're thinking like months ahead. So like right now I'm working on my pieces for November.
Mm,
So yeah, it just yeah, you gotta because the shows that I work on do come out monthly. So it's
okay.
Urban News like every other month, but that my stuff comes on. But yeah, I just constantly thinking ahead of time, which makes it hard to be present sometimes. But I'm working on it.
No, I understand that. Now, let me ask you, what is the time frame that you normally work as? Is this like regular business hours, 8 to 5, 9 to 6, or is this like night shift as they will call it, 1 to 10, 2 to 11? Like, what is your shift?
Yeah, so my shift is pretty much like any regular person shift. It's 9 to 5.
Okay.
Luckily, I get a remote day. Um, it also depends like if I'm shooting on location that day. I try to be in the office by 9, but if I have to get to like Jersey by 10, I have to get there a little earlier.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes shoots go a little bit later. Nothing, no night shoots though. QETV we kind of work on a specific schedule, so I would say pretty much 9 to 6, 9 to 5.
I love it. I love that. Now, mind you, let me ask you this. You've done both. Which one would you rather prefer? If you had to choose one that was 51% and 49%, being on air or being behind the scenes as a producer?
It's a good question. When I started, um, because I started at QETV as an intern. When I started, I was very shy. I never thought I would want to be on camera,
Really?
literally ever. Yeah,
Wow.
I was very shy. But I had my mentor at CUNY TV, who now I work alongside, Carol Ann Riddell. She pushed me to be on camera, and that was like it was like a nice gentle push, but also like you need to do this because then it makes you more well rounded. And
Right.
I am so appreciative to her about that. Down the line in the future, do I see myself being on camera as much? Maybe not.
Okay.
But I enjoy getting to like sit down with people if I'm doing like a podcast style interview and being on camera. Like that's completely fine to me. But I think because I like to do a lot of the prep, and I think when you strictly work on camera, you're not really doing that prep. You're just it depends on who you are, but the people I've seen, you're showing up while the producer has done a lot of the prep. So yeah, I right now totally fine being on camera. I enjoy it most days. Not great if you have like a big pimple and you have to be on camera.
Right.
But yeah, but yeah, I would say right now I do both, so it's hard to say which one I prefer. But down the line, I would say less on camera.
I think you are amazing. I think you have an amazing personality, Isabel. I think anybody around you, though, that would
Oh,
say
thank
that.
you.
I think your friends and family would say that too. I don't think I'm breaking news by saying that for sure. Um, and Carol Ann, I know that she's a host and reporter there. That she is definitely someone who I definitely want on this podcast as well. Eventually, hopefully, we can make that happen with her as well. That would be amazing because I think she
Yes.
would be.
Yeah,
Um,
she's a great person. She's fantastic.
Absolutely, no doubt. Now, this is a great segue, though, of a question because I want to talk to you about work-life balance, and also I want to talk to you about mental health. Now, you have a steady schedule. Most of the time in journalism, though, most journalists do not have steady schedules like that, and you have a great schedule with 9 to 5. You know, it's not too early, it's not too late. You're getting off, but it's specific on what you do. But most journalists have stepped away from this industry because their mental health was broken. They've had mental health breakdowns.
Yeah,
I've known some people in the 8 years that I've been into it, but also work life balance. We don't, this is not the industry where we get holidays off. News is every single day. Sports is every single day. And people don't get, when you're watching football and college football on Saturdays and Sundays when everybody's having a good time, there's reporters that are working. They're there. They're covering the game.
yeah.
So it's hard to be able to get those days off and times off. Talk to me about how you keep your mental health strong, but also have a work life balance. Because again, you seem like a wonderful woman to be around. and befriend. And you seem like a person that likes to have a good time, but you also seem very passionate and serious about your craft. So tell me, how do you keep that balance?
Yeah. Well, it's hard, you know, because though I am very lucky where I'm at, the schedule is pretty set in hours that I have to be in the office. I think my brain is constantly always on, whether that's like on Saturday and Sunday looking for stories because I'm like, oh my God, I don't have anything. So
Right, right,
that's where it kind of steps out of the hours because yes, I'm getting paid for a certain amount of hours, but Saturday and Sunday when I'm not getting paid, I'm looking for stories so that I'm
trying to
prepared
stay
ahead of
ahead.
time.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So I think I've struggled with that, and people have told me this, but I've struggled with staying present, and I think that's something that I'm constantly trying to work on. So like when I don't need to be so prepared because everything is fine, I can put my phone down for a little bit. I don't
Mhm.
need to be looking for a story. Like you said, the mental health aspect of this field is very taxing because your brain is constantly on. Like I don't ever feel like
Right,
I'm like shut off because like I'll be like going to sleep like oh my god I need to find B-roll for this piece.
right,
I need to find a second interview or I need to fact check this and that.
right.
So it's hard, but I do think that it is very important to take the time off that you do get if you do get it. Hopefully at least one day to just me. It's not looking at a screen. So that's setting my I'm out of office on my email or like taking a second. Well, I'm like saying get off screens, but then I will watch a movie
Mhm.
that I love, trying to just put me back into myself. Because if I feel so far away from who I am, it's not going to make me a good journalist. Because that's
Right,
what I'm bringing to my work.
right. No, I love that. I love that answer. It's a question worth asking to all the people in media because people deal with mental health in a plethora of ways. But it's also
Yeah,
good to disconnect, right? We got to disconnect from what we do because what we do is not who we are. And I love the
yes,
fact that you said that you like to be able to watch movies and kind of disconnect from journalism and, to be able to do that and just, be Isabel, right? Be Isabel, not the producer and the contributor, but be Isabel, just the person, the human being. Um, I particularly
yeah,
like to work out. I love going to the gym. I love blasting my music super loud while I'm in the
mm-hmm.
gym and working out. But I also love to write poetry. I love to go on hikes
Okay,
when it's
very
not
nice.
super damn cold, of course, because New York can get that way for
Yeah,
certain months. Um, but I just love doing different things and stuff like that. So to me, I think you never have it 100%, and everybody's cards is dealt differently with situations that they have to deal with within their lives. But we all try to do the best that we can, especially in this journalism field, because we all see some things and hear some things sometimes that's just horrid and tragic.
yeah,
That's what the news is. The news is great and the news is bad. So
yeah.
again, it's a question worth asking, but it's also a great segue to this next question because you mentioned it earlier. You said that students come to you sometimes for advice and they come to talk to you. So you mentioned that from Hunter College. I would like for you to advocate what kind of advice would you give a male or a female that wants to be in this journalism industry? What kind of advice would you give them?
It's a great question. I would say somebody that's getting into this industry is try to be as connected to yourself, but also what is going on around you. Because I think it is extremely important to focus on your local stories because, you know, celebrities and things like politics are getting covered all the time. So I think it's really important to find your niche and whether that's community stories or something a little different because I think that will set you apart
Right.
in this journalism field that is it's hard to be a journalist and to find like what makes you different and what makes you stand out. But I think constantly working on your craft or finding new different ways to tell those stories is really important. But it's also what you said. You are not your job. You are you. So who are really focus on who you are outside of your career.
Absolutely. And I love that. I love the fact that you said that because I feel like local journalism is dying to an extent, especially the newspapers. Newspaper industry is dying, and that's where I came up, which is print journalism, being able to learn how to shoot, edit, and photos, and shoot photos, and being able to do page design and going out and covering different stories. But I also
Yeah.
think that you should be able to know that you got to try everything. Right, that's one of the things. Just to kind of piggyback on what you said, 'cause you gave great advice. But I love people who ask about journalism. They should try everything. You want to be a jack of all trades because now with
Yeah.
companies, they're shortening staffs, and this goes to stations and networks. They're shortening staffs and they're doing it in publications as well. So to be able to learn how to do it
Mm-hmm.
all and have that skill set can only further your journalism career and get you boosted up. And stories, like
Yeah.
you mentioned, the stories are important. It's very tough to find good stories because sometimes journalism can get oversaturated with journalists. It could be a lot of people that want to be a journalist, a lot of people that's writing stuff. It's easy to find things online. You have influencers now. You have just different things like that, right? TikTok is booming. It's amazing. People are doing stuff on that. So the stories matter, and you have to be able to, exhibit that and illustrate that stories do matter. And the fact that you mentioned that is so key and pivotal, and I'm so happy that you mentioned that. I know people want to be able to get into this industry, but you got to be able to get into the industry for the right reasons, and one of the right reasons is the storytelling.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love.
I think it's yeah, another piece of advice because like I mentioned going into this, I was super shy and didn't want to be on camera and probably
Yeah,
would have had a hard time doing something like this.
I'm so
But
shocked.
it really yeah,
Hmm.
but I think just and it's hard when you feel like you can't do something or you have that mental roadblock, but just
Right.
push yourself
Hmm.
as much as you can and like just know like you are doing a good job. Like what you are giving in that moment, if it's your all and you really are trying your best, that you're doing a good job.
Absolutely, I love that. Isabel, we have reached the portion of the podcast now that we're going to play my interactive game. It's called This or That. It's a game that I like to play with
Okay.
all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, and it's really simple. I'm going to throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, Isabel, are you ready?
Okay.
All right,
Yes, I'm
here
ready.
we go. Here we go. Which restaurant would you rather eat at out of these two? McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Okay, I'm with you on that. If you're eating chicken wings, which flavor would you rather put on the wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Barbecue.
Do you like your wings wet or dry?
Dry.
Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
Oh, so you like to dip your wing in the sauce, or do you not like sauce?
Mhm. No, I like to dip into the sauce.
Okay, all right, I like that. That's pretty good. I like that. All right, so we off to a damn good start here, Isabel. Let's keep it going. Okay.
Okay.
These next
Okay.
four questions have to do with music concerts you rather attend. Okay? So here we go. And these are
Okay.
all artists that I absolutely love. Here's the first one. Which concert would you rather go to? Beyonce or Rihanna?
Rihanna because she's like you don't see her anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I know when you looked up in the air, you was like, dang, why he asked me that first? That's probably what the thought process is going on in your mind. I'm sorry.
No,
But
no, it's a good one though.
it's a good one, right? Here we go. All right. Which music concert would you rather go see? Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
That's a good one. Um, just because I was a fan when I was younger, and I guess I still am. I would say Drake.
Okay. All right. I ain't mad at you. Both of them are really good. Both of them are really good. Okay.
Hmm.
I like these. This next one might be a little tough. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Romeo Santos or Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny.
Ooh, okay, okay. So you like that? You like that music that makes you move? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's having his live concert this Saturday, this coming tomorrow, this Saturday on Prime, and it's live, and I will for sure be watching it.
Oh yeah, Bad Bunny he's a good. He's real good. I like that. I like him a lot. I went to his concert, didn't understand most of the words he was saying, but I went with some friends that told me what he was saying. So it was good. It was good music. It was good music.
Okay, good,
Yeah, I had a good
good.
time. I had a good time with that. Last one of the music. Which music concert would you rather go see? Pitbull or Ozuna?
Pitbull, because he
Ooh,
has
okay.
classics.
Okay. All right. I got you on that. That I thought that would be a little difficult, but you actually answered that pretty quickly.
Yeah. Oh, because you know what's so funny? I was listening to like old like Pitbull. Well, I was watching Jersey Shore and I was trying to listen to all the music that they would be dancing to in the club, and it was a lot of Pitbull. So I think that's why Pitbull was
I
a
feel
was an
that.
easy answer for
Listen, I still be bumping International Love. I still bump that to this day. So no
me.
question about that.
You
I'm with
gotta.
you on that. You got to, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I'm with you on that. All right, let's go back to the sports. Which sport would you rather watch on TV if you had to? Basketball or hockey?
Basketball.
Okay. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
If I'm gonna be real with you, neither, because I'm not very athletic whatsoever, whether it's bowling or badminton. But I would. It is pretty hard to be bad at bowling, but I would say bowling.
Okay. Do you need the bumpers?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
for
Isabel,
sure.
Isabel, you would definitely be on your own lane. There is no question about that. We'll get you the little slide. You can just slide the ball down and then the bumpers just, just hit just like that. You good. You good. It's okay.
That
You can't
that's
have it
what I
all,
need.
Isabel.
That's what
Listen,
I
you
need.
can't have brains, beauty, and athleticism. You can't have it all. You gotta, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
listen, to be honest with you, I'm pretty bad when it comes to skating. So hockey would be a sport that I would absolutely suck in, and I would be bad. So I can't skate. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't ice skate, roller skate, none of it. I can't do any
Mm.
of it.
Okay. So we share something there. That's for sure. Do you like desserts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna name four brands, or not four brands. Sorry, four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these categories
Okay.
that you'll never eat again. So here we go. The first
Okay.
category is ice cream. The second category
Okay.
is cookies. The
Okay.
third category is candy. The last category
Okay.
is group together. They're cake slash pies. Which one are you getting rid of?
Mhm. Oh, one that I'm getting rid of?
Yep, one category.
Okay. The cake and the pie.
Okay, okay. Now, what is your favorite ice cream?
Um, hmm. My favorite ice cream, I think I would say mint chocolate chip.
That is a popular one on this podcast. There's a lot of people that like
Oh,
mint
is it?
chocolate chip. Yeah, yeah. I've never had it. I've
Uh,
never had mint chocolate chip.
what?
Yeah, that,
What? Well, you gotta try it.
the
I
people
like
keep
it.
saying that. People keep saying that, and I'm a cookies and cream guy. But people say if you like cookies and cream, then you'll definitely like mint chocolate chip. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it at some point for sure. We have Cold Stones here
Okay.
in not Cold Stones. We got ice cream shops here in New York, in upstate New York. So yes, I will try it at some point, and you'll be the first one I tell to see if it's good or not.
All right.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
I want to know. I want to know what your reaction is.
You definitely will. There's no question. Do you like potato chips?
Yeah.
Okay, same format. This time I'm going to name four brands of chips You have to choose one of these you'll never eat again. So here we go.
Okay.
The first brand is Doritos. The second
Okay.
brand is Pringles. The
Okay.
third brand is Lay's. The last brand is Ruffles. Which one are you getting rid of?
Okay. Pringles.
Okay, now you don't have to name the other three, Isabel, but what is your favorite potato chip?
Oh, my favorite potato chip. Oh, well, that's hard because I thought I had one and then I just thought of another. Well, I think I would say the the limon lays,
The what?
the lime the lime lays. Did you ever have those?
Mm-mm.
They're in the green bag.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen them. I'm like the limon. I'm like, what? I was like, what's that?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got
They're I guess it's lime lemon. Those are really good.
it. Really good. Okay, I have not tried those, but I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to trying it for sure. That's something I definitely
Yeah.
would try for sure. You did very good on the this or that, except bowling. We're gonna have to improve your bowling skills, but other than that, that's fine. That is all right.
Okay.
You did very well. You did very well. Now, this next question has to do with the top four, and it's called bucket list. The reason why it's called bucket list
Okay.
is because I want you to give me a top four of stories or events that you would like to cover in your journalism career that you haven't done yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Top four. Like topics
Yeah, it could
that
be
I like to
topics, could
cover?
be stories, could be events, could be any top
Okay.
four that you would like to cover in your journalism career that you haven't done.
Well, I think something that's on my bucket list that I would like to do is the carpet for like some award show, whether that be like the Oscars, the Emmys, the Golden Globes. I think that would be something I would be very interested in doing because just
Okay.
because I watched those award shows growing up and like I like the whole spectacle of it all.
Hmm.
Um, the same thing. I guess this would be separate because it's different, but I guess you can also lump it in the carpet for the Met Gala.
Wow, that I think you would be amazing on that. You will also see some amazing outfits as well, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would be fun. Okay, I had two. What's my third one? Oh, I guess maybe like travel.
Hmm.
Something to do with like travel. Be a travel journalist. See what it's like to live in a certain place for a certain amount of time and report on it. See how it might be like different from New York. Oh, and then my fourth, because I haven't been able to do it, but I would be very interested in doing it, is like election coverage.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, that would be very interesting. Obviously, I mean, we're not going to have a presidential election for the next 3 years, but I'm sure like maybe a
Yeah,
senator or governor type election, which will probably be coming up in the next year or so. That would be interesting to be able to do for sure. I love those different events because I love when people speak things into existence. That's why I call it a bucket list events. For me personally, I covered the Super
right.
Bowl this past year, and I got a chance to do game. I want to do the NBA All Star game. I want to do um, college football playoff. I want to do March Madness, and I also want to do the Olympics. Now, Olympics a little further out.
Ooh,
That's
the
also
Olympics is a
3 years.
good one.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, and it's in my hometown state, which is in California. So I want to be able to possibly be there, be not just be there to cover it, but if I'm there as a fan, that'd be great too. But I just want to be in that
Yeah,
vicinity of LA. I think that'd be amazing. Um, we talked
yeah,
about advice,
very cool.
Isabel. We talked about advice that you will give someone. What is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Wow. Okay, so I feel like during my time at CUNY TV, I've had very like a lot of women to look up to. So that was my mentor that I now work alongside, Caroline Riddell, and then also Tina Beth Pina. She's a fantastic journalist, and she's the executive producer of Latinas, and she does like a million and one other kind of things. But from both of them, it's a couple things actually. It was
Okay.
don't be like don't get too comfortable, because I think in journalism you can find your place. You can find a place and then stay there for years without experiencing other things.
Right.
So that was a piece of advice from them that's been really important. Um, and that criticism is not about you. It's not a direct reflection on who you are as a person or your ability. It's just a piece of criticism for that specific piece or something. So don't take it too much to heart, because then you'll be a wreck all the time, because this is an industry of notes. You get notes all the time. So yeah, I think that's been two of the best piece of advice that I've received.
That's some very good advice from two wonderful women who I'm hoping and praying that you will help me get on this podcast for sure, because I would love to talk to each one of them. But that's great, really great advice, because you can't take things personal, right? It's a business where constructive criticism, it comes with the job, and it's amazing because when you have your OGs and your mentors that's willing to give you that, that means that they see something in you. That means they believe in you. Because people normally don't take time with people like that unless they do believe in them. Otherwise, you feel like you're wasting your time. You won't talk to you, right? So, I love the fact that you hold that near and dear to your heart. I really do, and that's how you push through every single day. Um, this bonus question came up in my mind, and that is, for people that haven't been to New York City, what when they touch down in New York, name me four things that they should do, whether it's coming in LaGuardia or JFK, either one, doesn't matter. What what should they
Mm-hmm.
do? What is four things that they should do in the city of New York?
Okay, it's funny because I think a lot of my friends say this, but like being from New York, being born and raised in New York, you don't do a lot of the touristy things.
Right.
So like I've never seen like the statue. I could probably easier give you four things you shouldn't do than four things you should do.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think for the four things you should do, forgive me if I take a second, but the first one would be go to Coney Island.
Okay.
Hopefully you're coming and it's the summertime or the springtime.
Right.
But it's just a wonderful place. I grew up near Coney Island, but there actually there's talks and there's things in the works now to that they're trying to make Coney Island into a casino,
Wow.
something similar that they did with Atlantic City, and that will be horrible for tons of the small businesses, for the park itself, because they would be ripping down a lot of the rides that have meant so much to people in their memory. So
Wow.
if you're coming soon, I would say definitely visit Coney Island before they do that, because it's
Right.
it's very unfortunate if that does happen. Another thing that I would say you should do. Oh, I think it's cool. It's very touristy, but walk across the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay.
It's great. It's fun. You can get fun pictures. What's another thing you should do? Hmm. Oh, I remember they had this when I was younger. I don't know if they still have it, but if they
Right.
do, go to the South Sea Street Port, the South. I always mess this up, but that, because they used to have a ship that you can bring like your kids to, and you can walk around inside the ship, and it's a cool experience. It's by the water. It's beautiful. Just walk along that whole thing by the FDR. I think
Okay.
is a cool thing to do. And then go to Tacos El Bronco, because like I said, those tacos are incredible.
Absolutely, absolutely. Definitely gonna check that place out. That's for sure. I appreciate the four. Now I'm intrigued because you said it. What is the four things you shouldn't do?
Or okay, if you I maybe because I grew up here, so this is how I feel about it. but I would avoid Times Square like it's the plague.
Mm,
Um, just because there's really nothing to it, you know. Times Square at night, I think, is a different experience.
right.
At like midnight, 1 a.m. Because at midnight in Times Square, they take down, I think it's at midnight. I think so. At midnight in Times Square, they take down all of the advertisements and they put pieces of art.
Oh, okay.
So that's cool. So I guess that would be go along with my other thing of things you should do.
Okay.
But I would
Okay.
avoid Times Square in the morning.
Avoid Times Square. Okay,
Not a
that's one.
fun. Avoid Times Square. Don't go to Crumble Cookie. I know there's tons of people here that will wait on a line for Crumble Cookie. I don't get it.
I'm not sure about
Um,
that one. I don't get that one either, Isabel. I'm with you on that.
yeah, I know there's Crumble Cookies everywhere, but it seems like people think it's very different in New York. It's not. What's another thing you should do? I guess like this is a dicey one, depends on how you are, but I would say don't take a cab if you can avoid it. Take the train. It's
Mm.
cool if you've never been to New York to experience what the train is like. The cab, you don't get that same kind of authentic New York feeling. Even though
Right.
myself, I love an Uber, but um, yeah, I just wouldn't do it. And then what's another thing I wouldn't do? Don't wait on a line for like a very like specific popular restaurant that you've seen on TikTok or like a bagel place. I've seen people do that. They wait on a line for like a trending bagel place.
A
I'm like,
bagel.
there's tons of little bagel shops. Yeah, there's tons because some bagel shops go popular on TikTok. But I would just say go to like your regular like deli bodega to get a bagel. It's the same thing. It's probably better.
That's crazy. The hell no. I'm definitely not gonna wait on no line for no bagel. That's for sure. Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
That
there'd be like lines wrapped around the block for like a bagel, and I don't get it. But
I feel that. Okay. I hope y'all listening to that for sure. I want to say that this has been a pretty dope conversation. Obviously, Isabel, learn about your why you got into journalism. You going to the different schools, from Edward R. Murrow High School that you went to
yeah,
SUNY New Platts, to Hunter College, to being a graduate, to now you at Book It TV, Urban U TV, and Latinas CUNY TV, and obviously doing your thing as a producer and multimedia journalist. You gave great advice, and I really do, again, love that you came on my podcast and told me your why and your story and was able to break bread with me. My final question to you is there anything else you would like to add about your job, yourself, or anything at all before we conclude?
anything I would like to add. I would just say if you have some interest in journalism, try it out. It doesn't necessarily have to be at like a huge network. It could just be like you write articles at home and you do freelance, or you just like to write. I think that's just try it out if you're curious.
I love that. Well, Isabel, I want you to enjoy the rest of your Friday. It's been a pleasure, and I want you to enjoy your weekend as well. You and I will most certainly be in touch. And thank you for coming on the podcast.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.
No doubt.